There we go. Got some music while we're working. That sounds good. So today, we're just gonna do some minor stuff. I'm gonna try to crack these covers on the carburetors, get some oil in there. Nice. Get some oil in there, and hopefully we can get the carburetor freed up. I also want to get this nest out, get down to the battery. A few things I want to do, but let's just get going on it. Alright, we're starting with this battery. Unfortunately, the insulation is just destroyed around it, but that's alright. That can be fixed and replaced. Yeah, look at this. This insulation is gone. Well, it ain't gone. It's there, but get this battery out. I should have unplugged it before I pulled it out. There we go. Alright. Let's set this thing aside and see what's going on with it. Alright, the battery's out. I gotta see what's going on with it, see if it's still got acid in it. I'm sure it's shot. Probably just have to get a new one anyways, but see if we can at least try to get it started with it in there, even if we gotta hook it up. We'll figure it out. Well, we got some good news. All I did was crack one of these carburetor covers loose where the throttle goes. And just from cracking it loose, I found the hard spot, and it broke the side free. We got throttle. Oh, that's awesome. I still want to get into these carburetors and clean them out, but I just want to get this thing running first. Look at that. We got throttle. Cool. Alright, so we got the throttle loose. Typical 70s, 80s bike. It's a hodgepodge of mixed nuts and bolts because anybody who's ridden older bikes knows that things vibrate off when you're riding. You know, you're riding, you get to a stop, you see your plate hanging by one bolt. If you're lucky, it's still there by one bolt. That's probably what happened with this, but we got it apart. Let's take the seat off now. Oh. There's the nest. Well, it's not a bird's nest. That's cool. It's a mouse nest. She's been sitting a little bit. Nothing we can't deal with. There's a mouse in there. Remnants of one anyways. So I got that cleaned out. I did find one wire that the mice got into. We'll replace that, but for now, we're going to keep it from touching anything. Some type of regulator, voltage regulator. Should be able to start it like that, and then we'll replace it. Next thing I want to do is get this fuel petcock off. Get the old fuel out of the tank that's unfortunately still in here. I'll probably just loosen that up, lift it a little, unscrew that. Let's drain the fuel. Ooh. Well, we got that out. Filters are clean, but there's some stuff on the bottom. We'll clean those. Alright, I just want to make sure everything's good. There was fuel left in it. I could smell it. Obviously, gotta have the tank cleaned before we ride it, but I want to make sure everything's flowing here and it's not just gummed up in the bottom. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look. Oh, my God. It goes in clear and it comes out dark yellow. Alright. My God, yeah. There's some nasty residue in there. So we're going to have to clean that out. But for now, let's just get this thing started. Look at the color of fuel's coming out. It went in clear. So all we're going to do is get this thing running. And we'll go from there. We're going to do this tank properly. But for now, I want to get it started. All right, I also want to take this air filter out of here. Get a look at this before we start it. Alright, let's pop her off. Actually, it doesn't look bad in here at all. It smells like horrible fuel, but no animals. No animals at all in there, so we're good there. Just going to pop that right back in. Oh, it smells in there though. That's alright. We just need to get it started. And we'll go from there. What's going on, friends? Risk Discovery's coming at you from the bike, as you can see. Did a bunch of stuff on it, made a bunch of clips, and just never got anything up. A lot of stuff's been going on in the background, just personal life. Nothing wrong with the family. Everything's great with the family. Believe me on that. But out of nowhere, a lot of things are going on. But you know what? We handle it. We get up every day. We do what we do, and we make life happen. You know, so we'll be fine. I gotta get working on this thing. I gotta put the tank back on it. The tank's over there. In a previous video, like I said, I haven't even edited and put up yet. I had removed the tank, taken it apart. I did get it started, and I don't think I filmed that. I had just poured a little bit of fuel in there, into the cylinders, just to see if it would run. A little bit of fuel and oil, which isn't gonna work right. I gotta get this oil pumping, but just wanted to see if it would run on its own, and it did. So now today's project is I want to get the tank on. She's clean. She's ready to go. Like I said, by now, if you're seeing this, you've probably already seen the videos of me taking it all apart. I want to get the tank on this thing. I want to get it started. I want it to run. It's not going to be able to drive because the battery is completely rotted out. The battery is completely rotted out. That's just the rubber I had sitting there so I don't lose it. Little the vibration damper, I guess, whatever they call it. But the battery is completely rotted out inside, so I'm gonna have to hook it up to a car battery, maybe a charger or something to just get some power into it. But let's get this tank on this thing. Now let's try to get it started. I want to hear it run. I want to hear it rev a little bit. I want to get some oil through the motor. I want to get the motor turning. I want to get this wheel turning. I gotta grease the transmission, all that stuff, the swing arms, a lot of stuff that hasn't been done in decades. But I just want to hear this thing run right now. I haven't taken the carburetors apart yet, which I'm gonna. Eventually, we're gonna take them apart, rebuild them. But I just want to get it running on its own. Restoring, or not even restoring, but fixing up something that currently runs is much easier than fixing up something that hasn't run in God knows how long. It's just a mental thing. It's all the same stuff. I mean, whether this thing ran or not the other day, it's the same project it is now, but it's just a mental, you heard it run, you know it could do it, you know the outcome. Let's just do it. And just like that, it's sunny and raining. Whatever. We're gonna get through this. Got my rubber stoppers here. Pop these on, which the slots from the fuel tank will notch right into, and let's get this thing on. All right, so we'll get you in there a little closer. I don't even know if you can see. Maybe you can see the bike. We're gonna lock this thing on. I'm gonna tuck this so I stop scratching stuff, and yeah, try to get it in. It's gonna be there. See, this piece is all cracked. It's rotted. There it goes. So I think something like that. Just want to get it just right. Alright, so we get the tank mounted back on the front vibration shocks. I guess a little rubber piece. It's got a rubber piece of the bolt here. I'm going to pop that in. I'll tighten this down, and I do want to run a little bit of fuel through it. Put a funnel under, run a little bit of fuel. Because I did clean the tank. It needs to be cleaned for real. I don't know if you can hear me over it. It needs to be cleaned for real. There was a lot of rust. Cleaned it, oiled it, cleaned it, did a bunch of stuff to it. Tried to get everything I could out of it, but there might be a little bit of water in there. Even though I did run some fuel, but it's starting to drip now, so that's why I got this rag here. Just gonna run a little bit of fresh fuel through it after I tighten this up, and hook up the carburetors. All right, got my makeshift setup here. Just a little bit, knock some of that stuff out. Just collecting it. More than oh yeah, that's nice and clean. Let that drain, and bottle this up, put the linkage back on, and go from there, I guess. Alright, so I think we're good. Just gonna pull this off. My little makeshift setup here. I got rid of everything, so I don't have buckets for fuel now. But I think we're good. We're just gonna pop this. What I'm gonna do is get it running, and then clean, obviously replace these fuel filters once we get it going. But for now, let's just get it started with what we have, because we still need a lot more cleaning. There we go. This is our fuel controls. We're gonna screw it in, and that's what gives us fuel to the carburetors. We gotta plug this hose in, which I got a clamp for. All right, almost done. Snug it up a little bit more, and then angle it the way I want it. I don't want it too tight, but I want to get it snugged up good. We'll see what happens. Just an initial start. And now I want to pop this little hose clamp on that you can't see onto the hose, and then we'll get the hose back on. Alright, pop the hose on. Again, all these hoses are going to have to be replaced. But for now, I just want to get it running. I want to hear this thing run. I want to drive this thing. That's down the road, but I want to drive it. And then we'll rebuild it from there. Alright, hose is on. Clamp is on. Let's get some fuel in her. Alright, just going to tuck a rag under here just in case there's any leakage. I have no idea. I have not put fuel in this tank yet since I've gotten it. I mean, for cleaning it, yeah, but not on the bike. So let's see what happens. Just put a splash in there. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're good. Don't see any new fuel coming out. Alright, I made some modifications to what's going on here. Don't worry about this. Obviously, I can't take that with me. But we got lights. We kept losing power, but now we got ignition power. We're not going to explain how we got it, but we're going to crank this thing. Yeah, we still got power. I keep losing power, but I'm ready. Oh, wait. Choke. I hit the wire. We still got power. We got power. Sorry, dog. They're excited too, the dogs. What? Ah, give me a minute. Hold on. Time out. Are you kidding me? I did put a little bit of fuel. So that's probably what that was. But you heard that, right? Ah. Sorry, I'm excited. Alright, I've been kicking this thing relentlessly from the side. I stood on it. Cranking, just let the fuel maybe soak down into the carbs. I don't know. Choke's on. I had a couple of pops like that first one we saw. Oh, yeah, I hit the switch. Ah, see what I'm saying? Come on, baby, come on, come on, come on. Alright, give me a minute. Give me a minute. We got smoke. We got oil smoke. Give me a minute. We'll get this. It smells like my childhood. Just on the oil. Choke slides a little bit. Don't know if it had anything to do with it, but you know what? A little bit of oil never hurt anything. I don't even know what they're called. I just call them choke slides. Yeah, much better. Alright, just soak it up. We'll clean it later. Let's hit the other side. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on. We got smoke. We got fire. We got fuel. Fucking works. Somewhat. Alright, we're in gear. We're in gear. We're in gear. We're in neutral. They get stuck. Then it just takes off. floats are stuck too. I smell fuel. See? I think the floats are stuck. I think one of these slides is stuck. I smell fuel. There's a lot going on. We're going to take it apart. At least we know it runs. We know it runs. We got it running. I'm going to put this away for tonight. I got to get into these carburetors. I got to take a look at them. I love the smoke. It's like I said it before, reminded me of my childhood. I love two strokes. But we're going to take it apart, get into these carburetors, see what's going on. I don't want to separate the engine yet. I really want to just try to get the fuel delivery system going right. Go from there. If that runs fine, I'd rather not. If not, we'll eventually down the road crack it, do what we got to do. But I want to keep this thing as original as possible, you know, and I don't know how to say it. It's only original once. Anybody can rebuild anything. I want to keep this as original as possible. I'm eventually gonna have to, I think, get in here. I don't know. I'll talk to some people. I feel some heat. That's good. We got heat. We got smoke. We got fuel. We got fuel leaking. Yeah, I think I got a bowl sticking, I think. We got to get into those carburetors first. We're going to clean those out, try to drive it before we touch anything else, and go from there. Thanks for watching. I'm freaking excited. This is awesome. Thanks for watching, friends. Have a great day. Get out and discover your world. You never know when you'll find something like this that's been sitting in a garage for decades, just waiting to get rescued and brought back out.